My name is DoodleBug, and I am so excited to be here. I am 5 years old, and I have been a children's entertainer for almost 40 years. Growing up and being a clown, it was the absolute best. Birthday parties, school events, even weddings. I would make balloon animals into dogs and dinosaurs, and face paint works of art like kittens and unicorns. We would tell stories that grew and grew until they were the best stories ever. I would do magic, and not once did any kid ever say that magic isn't real. But those things have changed. About a year or so ago, I was hired to do face painting at an 8-year-old's birthday party. On the surface, it looked like any other birthday party. Streamers, presents, birthday cake. But if you listened, the kids sounded different. Instead of running around, laughing, playing pin the tail, they were sitting at picnic tables, playing on phones or tablets. I asked this one ridiculously cute little kiddo what he wanted painted on his face, fully expecting to hear the name of the superhero he was wearing on his shirt. I want an AK-47. Wait, what? Did I just hear him right? I said, I want an AK-47. Sorry, my paints don't know how to paint that. Fine, just give me a sniper rifle then. He was 8 years old. What has changed? Being a kid once or twice in my life, I can speak to my experience. As a child, I was allowed to be bored, to invent, to play. The adults in my life, they didn't fill every moment. They let me figure things out. They even supported my wildest ideas, which still surprises me sometimes. My grandmother gave me my first official clown outfit when I was not much older than that 8-year-old boy. She knew how much I loved entertaining and loved making people happy. Kids today have access to and are exposed to so much more information and imagery, and that's not necessarily a good thing. They are being influenced by influencers instead of the real-life people in their lives. They are consuming imagination instead of creating it. Instead of looking out through screens to the outside world, they are looking at screens and interacting more in worlds that do not or should not exist, rather than the one they actually exist in. Sure, it took imagination to create that world, but it wasn't their imagination. It was fed to them. It skewed the way they used their creativity. Somehow, that 8-year-old little boy knew what an AK-47 was and wanted to wear it proudly on his cheek. Being a 5-year-old clown for almost 4 decades, it has given me the rare opportunity to experience the imagination of thousands of kids. Imagination is the internal process of generating possibilities, even if they don't have a basis in reality. According to Einstein, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Why? Because imagination leads to creativity, which is the active external process of bringing those imagined possibilities to life. What I have noticed is the creativity in our youth, it's fading. Research done by educational psychologists revealed the creativity scores in children has been declining since the 1990s, especially in the youngest kids. Originality scores, creativity scores, include originality and variety of ideas. These abilities meant to grow over a lifetime are stalling out before they even begin. Why does this matter? Because imagination isn't just child's play. It's the foundation for innovation, problem solving, resilience. Children who believe in magic often grow into adults that believe in themselves. When imagination fades, we lose curiosity. Without curiosity, we lose invention. Without invention, we lose progress. Even worse, the world as we know it may start regressing. Nobody wants to go backwards. So, we can't put the genie back in the bottle. And time machines haven't been invented. So what can we do? First, we can listen. Listen to not only our kids are saying, but what are they hearing? Something we might think of as background noise might actually be influencing the younger ones that have overheard it. And what they overhear becomes part of their world. If they ask questions, don't dismiss them. Help them make sense of what they've heard. Second, we can look. What are our kids watching? What are they seeing? We obviously can't put blindfolds on them, but we can provide access to more positive visuals. And that doesn't mean television shows or videos. We can take them to the kitchen, take them to the park, take them to the library. Take them to places that will allow them to discover and develop their own passions. Third, we can let kids start being kids again. No matter how old they are. Let them play without a schedule. Let them explore in ways that doesn't involve Google. Let them sit in silence until boredom sparks imagination. Let them tell their stories without telling them, now you're just being silly. You know that's not possible. Let them think magic is real, especially when you believe in it. There is hope. I've seen it. When my sweet niece Piper was little, her creativity and imagination were unstoppable. I still have the proof hanging on my refrigerator. She made animated videos, she drew, she danced, she dreamed. But when the world closed down in 2020, so did her imagination. School on a screen, friends on a screen, games on a screen. For months, her sketchbook remained closed. But when the world opened up again, so did her imagination. She began acting and singing. Her teachers raved about her artwork. She painted me a stunningly realistic pink balloon dog that now hangs on the wall in my office. When I look at that painting, and when I think about her, I'm reminded, sparks create fire. When I started off as a clown, balloons could become dinosaurs. Stories became epic adventures. Magic was real. Give them permission to believe again. Not in balloons, not in illusions, but in themselves and their own ideas. When we listen and look and let kids rekindle their imagination, we pave a way for creativity to thrive. Because imagination isn't just child's play. It's humanity's future. And those sparks of imagination, they're what changed the world.